Hey guys, what's up? Dan here with a new video. Welcome to probably the final Blight project for the 3.21 Crucible League. This is something a lot easier than what I've shown you before. We're gonna Blight Rush Scoured Maps, boys. Not only that, but we're also gonna skip immune response and we're still able to get really nice results. 5-6 divines profit per hour, up to 8, maybe 9 with the occasional lucky drop. First, what's Blight Rushing? Well, you go inside the map, you complete a Blight encounter, then you get out and you go run another map. From time to time collect an invitation, and maybe if you happen to pass by the boss arena as you're exploring the map trying to find the Blight encounter, then also defeat the map boss for some nice extra maps that can drop as Shaper, Elder, Conqueror or Synthesis. This is the loot from 50 maps that I ran in this setup just for chisels and the compass that upgrades the tiers of your oils. Running these encounters in Toxic Sewer is gonna make them a bit harder, but running them in a Scoured Maps and not using immune response is gonna tone back the difficulty. So what you should be doing is spam some chilling towers and clear the blight encounters with your character. If your character relies on towers to clear blights, then run them in an open map like coves and they're gonna be a lot easier but less profit per hour. Let's take a quick look at the numbers. Okay boys, and these are the numbers. I have prepared the 3 spreadsheets. We have our control here with full quantity and we have 100 maps without quantity. So we have 1.2 divines, 12.5 divines and 9 divines from the currencies, oils and other things and maps and invitations. In the first batch we had around 130 up to 150% quantity of the maps by using alchemies, rolling these maps to 80% using chisels and 3 sacrifice fragments. This is the total with the lucky drop that I got, 7.5 up to 9 divines profit per hour. If we remove the lucky drop, we're gonna be at 6.5 up to 7.5 divines profit per hour. I decided to test and see what would happen if I would make this farming strategy even more casual friendly by removing quantity from these maps, and this is the loot from the second batch. Right here, as you guys can see, we have absolutely nothing. We're scouring the maps and we have no big drops, and we managed to make anywhere from 6.7, 7 divines up to 8 divines profit per hour right here, which is really nice. Now looking at these 2 spreadsheets, you're probably thinking, oh my god, Dan, 7 to 8 divines profit per hour, this is a really nice farming strategy. Well guys, it is, don't get me wrong, but these are lucky numbers, so I don't want to bait you guys. So I decided to run another 50 maps and I was hoping to get an unlucky streak, and we did manage to get a really unlucky streak. 106 maps instead of 120, 130, which we should drop, a lot less golden oils than we should, and no lucky drops. So how would your numbers look like in a worst case scenario? Well, you're gonna be making around 5 to 6 divines profit per hour. So the strategy that I've shown you today, if you're gonna run it in a no quantity setup, is gonna allow you to generate anywhere from 5 up to 8 divines profit per hour, and if you're gonna get a big drop, as you guys can see, you're gonna be able to make around 9 divines profit per hour. Now let's take a quick look at the numbers that I have prepared here. So some of you guys are gonna ask me, is it reliable to be able to clear these maps in 2.5 and 2 minutes and 45 seconds? So in the first batch I was clearing maps in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. In the second batch I managed to clear them in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. This should not be here, that's just because I copied the second spreadsheet. So I was able to consistently farm these maps in around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now the reason for that is because this is how much your blight encounter is gonna take on average per map. I went and I timed myself in the final 50 maps, and on average we are spending 1 minute and 25 or 1 minute and 23 seconds when we're running a blight encounter in our maps in this setup. So you have around 1.5 minutes to run your blight, and then you have another 1 minute or so to collect the loot. Maybe if you want to spawn a little bit of influence, maybe you need to go collect your Searing Exarch or Polaric invitation from time to time. So it's gonna definitely be doable to achieve 2.5 minutes, but even if you're slower, you're still making anywhere from 5 up to 7.5 divines profit per hour, which I would say is really nice. So these numbers right here, I was trying to find out if the blight encounter is gonna last more or less with or without immune response. Numbers on the left without immune response and numbers on the right with immune response. Why exactly do the ones with immune response feel longer, at least to me? Well guys, it's because they are a lot more difficult. So in these you don't really have to do anything. Without immune response your maps are gonna be a lot easier. With immune response these blight encounters are gonna be quite a lot harder. What exactly is the purpose of immune response? Well, immune response together with the quantity on the maps is gonna allow you to generate a lot of divines. I shouldn't say a lot of divines, the occasional 2 divines every 50 maps. So we have no divines here because we're not using immune response and we're not spawning a lot of monsters from these blight encounters. Most of your divines when running blights are gonna drop from the pump. So in the first 50 maps no divines, in the second 50 maps no divines, and in the final batch of 50 maps we managed to drop a divine, not from the pump but from a lucky currency chest. So TLDR, immune response is gonna allow you to drop that occasional divine as long as you're also using quantity on the maps, but it's gonna make them a lot harder. How would the numbers look like if you were to drop, let's say, 2 divines and using immune response and fully juicing your map and making them extremely difficult? So let's take a look here. We have 8.1 divines, as you can see 9 divines. So is it worth it? Maybe, but the added difficulty is quite a lot, guys. So let's also add 2 divines here. Maybe you're gonna be able to hit 10 divines profit per hour. I can't really advertise this as a 10 divines per hour farming strategy. 5 to 9 sure, but 10 divines I don't think you're gonna be able to hit. You know, the stars would have to align a little bit. You'd have to get some lucky drops, you'd have to get more golden and silver oils. So in the first batch we got a high desire with really nice rolls. This is our lucky drop. This is pushing our currency quite a lot. In the second batch we have 34 silver oils boys. Now they are also from the upgraded lower tier oils. And in the first batch, as you guys can see, 141 blighted maps compared to 120, 130 of which we should be getting. So yeah, this is the reason that I decided to run another 50 maps, and I would have run another 50 if this kept getting lucky. But thankfully we got extremely unlucky in the final batch. 5 divines profit per hour, worst case scenario, up to 9 divines profit per hour is your best case scenario. So what are my overall thoughts on blights in the 3.21 Crucible League? Well guys, at least in this setup they are absolutely insane. 5 to 9 divines profit per hour running Scoured Maps is absolutely bonkers, guys. This should help out a lot of players that have told me that they need a bit more power or that they find them a bit too difficult in toxic sewers. If you have a build with a good damage and a clear speed, use some chilling towers, maybe a mid-tier tower if you have some extra tower spots, and you're gonna be a really rich boy in just a few hours. In 6 hours and a half I managed to farm 43 divines profit, which is absolutely insane. They were fun, not obnoxiously hard. We were dropping so many blighted maps with the duplications and so many golden and silver oils. If you wanna help your boy out, drop a like and a sub. Thank you for watching, good luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.